Let us hear the word of the psalmist, a prayer of David. Hear me, Lord, my plea is just. Listen to my cry. Hear my prayer. It does not rise from deceitful lips. Let my vindication come from see. Though you probe my heart, lips have your ear. Our foes. God, hear our prayer. Blessed be everyone here in attendance today who braved the rain, the thunderstorms, to share our worship together. I education in the church on Chris had legit if not by week this all get resolved. That we had about the week and about God is that you're all ready for cleaning you, as Reverend Steve used to. Anybody ever wondered who invented wrestling and its sister or its cousin sport, boxing? But who came up with the idea that two grown men should grab each other and try to throw each one person stays down for a minimum of 10 seconds? It goes all the way back to the original Greek Olympics, where men with no clothes on to win for their countries, medals and honors and things of that nature. So where did it come? Where did it go from there? We never thing when I was a kid. Channel 11 in Hamilton used to broadcast the actual choreographing, because we all knew it was were rehearsed in advance. Okay, at a moment I pick you up and throw against, you're going to fall right back into my fist or something. Considered sport back then, and a lot of kids used to love it. You can see the kids in the audience going, yeah. But you know where it's come to today, and this is of course today's reading and today's my who was hired by the station to come up with a microphone to interview the wrestler and the manager. the manager was always this short man wearing a hat, maybe sunglasses, chewing on a cigar, and he always used to do things to ramp up the excitement, saying, yeah, we're going to be there, and we're going to show him, and we're going to tell him, and he's going to find out, and we're just going to give it to him. So, and then it was time for a commercial. But that was my favorite part of the show. So, I never studied theology like proper fascinating. Now, in the meantime, they're also welcome to do that as well. To invite Anne to give an actual reading for this week, Genesis 12, 22 through 31. We don't have a slide for the sermon. It's entitled Wrapping On with Worship, Wrestling the theme, God in Your Mess. He leaves you blessed but chained. Jacob is one. We meet him at a crossroad. On after years of exile. Part 1, hiding from the future. Genesis 30, verses 22 to 23 says, Jacob, quote, was left alone, sent his family across the river, and something mysterious happened. The Hebrew word for alone here is levad, which means stripped down, isolated. Jacob thought he was preparing for battle with Esau, but he was about to meet God. We've all been alone like this, running from regrets, hiding we've hurt or fearing. Then a man wrestles with Jacob. The text doesn't call this guy, quote, Meeting Jacob, he's wrestling for a blessing, and he lets Jacob digs in, quote, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." The schemer is now the... When we realize out our mess, we start wrestling with the one who can fix it. God's not intimidated by our fight. He's inviting us into a new kind of power, dependence. Number 3, the name shift from deceiver to prince. God asks, quote, "What is your name?" Jacob says, "Jacob." Supplant. God says, "Your name will no longer be Jacob, but Israel." He struggles with God. The shift here, Jacob thought his identity was what he did, grabbing, lying, surviving. God says, no, it's who you are becoming. Number 4, the miracle limping in new strength. God blesses Jacob and leaves him with a hip limp. The beauty is, your wrestling with God doesn't leave you untouched. You'll walk differently. Redeemed. Him. Your wrestles, your I want to wrestle with you. On our next slide, more voices, 77, be still and know.
It seems odd talking into a microphone that's, to me, not on. Good morning, everybody. I can see we're having a night service today. Look at how dark it is outside. It's not going to rain because I actually brought a raincoat today. Had I not brought a raincoat, it'd be pouring outside after the service. So I think we're good for it not to rain. Could I have the next slide, please? So as everybody knows, we're looking for a new minister. Do you have an update for that? Do you want to speak into the microphone?
She's exciting.
Thank you. That's excellent news. Pleased for that. And so there's the congregational meeting. So that's the whole congregation on August 16th. I guess that's what a congregational meeting is. And so what is the purpose of that? Will we meet her?
No, it's more to say
We have one. Okay.
and you all agree that we want her.
And that's after the service on August 16th. So there you go, August 16th. The next slide is the building news. So the elevator, I hope to not go into 2027 talking about the elevator. The elevator is about 97% the fire alarm system that when the building inspector came in, said you need to update your fire alarm system before you sign off on the elevator. So we are almost done that. So great news. The next big ticket item is on this slide is the floors of the Friendship Hall, the basement, are going to be refinished so that our tenants will be happy because we only rent to people who wear bare feet or socks. So the splinters, you know, my joke is if we rented to construction club, we wouldn't have this problem. So we're going to sand down the floors, refinish them so that everybody's happy, and that's going to happen on August the 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd. So we should be good to go with the tenants on the Monday, whatever number day that, 21st, something like that. We are working on. We got the parking lot paved. That was, frankly, just good fortune. And it's striped. We have some other outdoor items. Fence that was falling onto cars. Next thing is the floors downstairs. It's hard to tell this morning, but our air conditioner turned on again for another year. And it's in year 23, but it's 20-year life, so we have a talk about that. And we do have a shopping list of items. If you notice anything in the church that you feel needs to be repaired, anything, railing, leak, had a leak and nobody said anything about it, so we got this enormous water bill earlier this year. So please find somebody. Anne's on the committee, I'm on the committee, Beth is on the committee, and please let somebody know so we can add it to the list. We focus on, of course, safety, the building envelope, and odds and ends like the taps, the electrical, that sort of thing. Next slide, please. So, yeah, most of you got here for 10:30 this morning. Good job. And so we'll update that slide for September, which is next month, and we go back to 11 o'clock. Next slide, please. The little pantry. So, I talked about the little pantry this morning. I do notice that's now starting to become a book thing. So there's a book in there, and there's a Kindle in there if you need a Kindle. But so every second Sunday, we bless the little pantry items. Feel free to bring them in. We have two shelves, one shelf by each entrance to put them on, and somebody will stock those every Sunday. So I put a few things out this morning, for instance. If you're not hitting a store, then you can donate to the little pantry through your offering. Just label it as little pantry, and then somebody will go out and use that money to buy things for the little pantry. And of course, canned fruits and vegetables, non-perishables. Next slide, please. So thank you for supporting the ministry in a variety of different ways, and there's a variety of different categories you can give to. So if you can just write a check and say general purpose, and then it goes to general things. If you want to donate to a specific item, you write on there, this goes to that specific item, like the little pantry, and we make sure it gets to the little pantry, for instance. Does anybody have any other work or concerns before we take up the offer? Okay, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to turn this off.
And now we come to prayers of the people, where we look at the things that trouble us and the things that we celebrate and that we are grateful for. And I will invite anybody who wants to stand up like the way I used to do all the time, and we'll start with the things that we are grateful for.
Again, I'm grateful my daughter has made it back safely from yesterday, and she's flying back to crazy travel.
Well, I'm grateful personally to Christopher for being able to work as much as he did on the sound system, even though we don't have amplification inside the church. Hopefully it's coming through on Zoom and on YouTube. He is a miracle worker, and I am so grateful for him for doing that. And for things that we are concerned about, that go beyond just being an issue or a problem to something that really weighs us down.
For all the people who are still displaced with all the wars still going on, they can't get food, they can't get medicine, and they're suffering greatly.
Busy week this week for me. I asked my mom, 94, and she's been living up until last Sunday, where she had a fall. Hospital, and she's going to make it, but her life will be different now. She cannot live on her own anymore. That's so she's very disappointed at that. And so I've been in hospital for really all week. She had quite a fall.
For all the people in the world and in Europe that we all the forest fires, the housing
For all these things, O Lord, hear our prayers. Bless us with the gift of your undying love. Amen. We now get to the Lord's Prayer as the Master. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. Save us from the time of trial, and deliver us from evil. For the kingdom, the power, and the glory are yours, now and forever. Now these slides are slightly out of order. But I will give you the benediction. Let's sing more voices, 214, May God Sheltering Wings. here in the church sometimes. We community united in prayer and in our companionship with each other.